Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned, let's give some time for the virtual participants, right, to log in. We'll start in a few minutes' time. Thank you. Mic test. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome, COO Mr. Phan Kamwa, senior management, my STL colleagues, and also our close working partners, whether you are streaming in virtually via Zoom or attending physical, right? Share the slides. So these are the event highlights for today. Now, before we start, let me do some safety moments, right? Today, there is no planned fire drills, no evacuation required, right? Unless you hear fire alarm, okay? There's two scenarios. One being the false alarm, the other one is a real, okay? If there's a real one, there will be two alarm stage, fire alarm stage. First stage, you'll hear the ring, stay calm. Don't do anything. Listen to the PA, okay, for the instruction. Second alarm, if it's real, okay, just follow me. At the back of this door, we escape, go through the lift lobby area. We take a staircase down all the way, almost 21 story high. I tried from level 1, climb up to level 7. It took me about 5 minutes, normal pace. So going down should be pretty much easy. Okay, 2.5 minutes or 3, right? So we'll gather outside this lift lobby area where you see the assembly point. In case the whole building shaky, very dangerous, let's proceed outside, okay, the Pioneer Road, the pavement area together. Without further ado, let me invite Mr. Phan to officiate the event. Mr. Phan, please.
I take out my mask, I hope you don't mind. So I'm not usually a man of few words, but since I'm standing up here, I'll try my best to be one, right? Anyway, good morning to our valued partners from the industry, our distinguished guest speakers, fellow colleagues here, and those calling in through Zoom. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Right? Good morning. So we know that we are well aware about the constraint about bringing people together in the midst when the COVID pandemic is still raging on, right? That's why I'm very heartened to see everyone make it a point to be here this morning. Thank you very much, right? And our company decided to push ahead with this event, despite all these constraints, is because of the significance of safety, right? Safety always matters to us, be it as individuals going about our daily life, or in the course of doing business, because we believe nobody needs to get hurt while we go about doing our business. I think this is a spirit that we must have, especially now when we are here. Our relationship is that of doing business, right? So I must thank all of you. In fact, our company thank everybody for the strong emphasis that we place on safety, right? A bit about our safety performance, right? I think we see marked improvement here. We have one significant safety incident this FY thus far. I'm mindful that we have 2 more weeks to go before we conclude this FY. We have won this FY as compared to 4 SSI last year. In the same vein, we also have more safety conversation recorded as now, as compared to the whole of last FY. Okay, so again, company, thank you, our safety partner as well, for the conscientious effort to produce, improvement and encouraging result like this, right? And having said that, I think we have to be mindful that there is still room for improvement, because any safety incident is one too many, right? So we should not rest on our laurels, and continue to strive, persevere, strive for 0 safety incident year after year, right? So very glad that all of us, are seeing results, and hopefully, going forward, we we have a safety partner day and we don't talk about safety and we just eat and drink. Okay, so before I conclude, like, as I said, I don't want to take too much time. I want to thank two groups of people. One, the distinguished guest speaker that we have here this morning, who will be delivering the safety message to us following this. And of course, to Joseph and his network of safety representatives across the group for organizing this event. Right? Thank you very much. I thought it's a company T-shirt.
So a lot of you might be wondering, what is this? Are you puzzled? Most are. I think you are not puzzled because this is a puzzle, right? This is a puzzle. So we'll let Mr. Fan to piece.
Hey, hello.
This puzzle. Yeah. Okay.
They're challenging me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
You there?
Yeah. Slowly. Right. Because it's a fresh, it takes some time. Oh, don't balik. Come. This here. All right. Okay.
Yeah, make sure we have it right here.
Yep.
Safety here.
Can, it's okay.
Okay. No. Okay.
So thank you, Mr. Fan, for unveiling our theme for this event, as well as the symbol. Right. The slides. Okay, last year's theme was Together We Care, right? I'm going to bring you all down this memory lane, okay? It is okay for you all to feel emotional. If you want to cry, you want to tears, it's okay, it's perfectly fine. Because these were some of the things that happened to us, many of us, if not the whole world. For best effect, I need to switch off the lights. Lights. Okay, what we see is here. This was most of the vision from the world. The world are collapsing. Why? Because of our not so good friend, Mr. COVID-19, this pandemic, right? It has hit a lot of us badly in a way that our aspirations, our plans, our dreams, okay, probably to go overseas trip, starting a family, or getting married, were all topsy-turvy. We have seen businesses plunge, close shop, right? And also, job security at stake. Emotional, huh? Wow. So, yes, I think we are quite optimistic that we are seeing the light in the tunnel, right? We are optimistic as our government, pursue the easing measures. And also, of course, here we are starting to have events, okay? Fortunately for STL, okay, it's okay to on the lights now. We have a bunch of dedicated folks helping out, and also together with our close working partners. If you recall, okay, the corporate staff, we went down to these warehouses. You can even see me there, helping to pack, right? Then we have our staff working late at night, doing all the deliveries. This is a commendable achievement, and also our STL folks, and also our working partners, right? And not forgetting the care given by our management. If you recall, especially for our STL folks, the care packages that we received, the sanitizers, the vitamin C's, face masks, and even catered lunch. These are all from our management, right? So a big thank you to our management as well. Now, this is a very common question. When is the end of COVID-19? I would rather pose a question of how are we going to live together with COVID-19, right? So this is an outdated question, okay? We need to move to the new normal. Digitalization, technologies are here to stay, just like the COVID-19, right? So safety too, we must also leverage on such equipment, tools, in order to bring our safety level to a brand new height. Unfinished business. You must be wondering here if you can focus my puzzle. There are missing pieces below. May I invite Mr. Koh Wee Sin, Vertical Head for Aviation, to piece up your piece of aviation puzzle. Thank you. Yep, can. May we invite Mr. Tan Kang Wai, Defense Vertical Head. So I need to. No, this one need to go through the groove here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Thanks.
May we invite Dr. Tang, Vertical Head for Healthcare. OK。Eric， 你帮我撕开这边。Okay, last but not least, may we invite Mr. Fan again, Vertical Head for both public sector and homeland security. Oh, there's a groove. Yes, thank you.
Hey, listen, you never do a good job there.
Take out the Okay. Okay.
Okay.
小心。
别啊。To make sure it's safe.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, sit in front.
Okay, the slides. Okay. Yeah. So this so-called a very mini ceremony. There's a significant message, right? It shows the commitment and also to acknowledge, to use innovative solution, even to safety, right? So that's the reason why our theme for this year, WSH, Advancement Through Innovation, and with the support from our management. Okay, Eric. So moving to the next segment of the event today, let me invite Mr. Teo Yu Teck, Defense Manager, as our first speaker. You take, please.
Good morning, everyone. COO, senior management, and all our distinguished business partners and fellow colleagues. Thank you this morning for this opportunity and privilege for me to share the safety innovations that we have implemented on the ground. These innovations will help us to reduce health and safety hazards and its risks to as low as reasonably practicable. Without further ado, let's dive straight in to what is the sharing for today. All right, we'll be looking at 3 areas. The first area will be minimizing MHE and pedestrian interactions and improving MHE operation safety. Second area, we'll be looking at the reach truck safety when it's going to do high-racking operations. For the third area, we'll be looking at semi-automating return kits, sorting and disposal process. Okay, for the first area, for the enhancement of MHE operation safety and minimizing MHE and pedestrian interaction, we have installed the MHE reflective tape detection alert device on our MHE, particularly our forklift. The aim is to minimize the possibility of MHE and pedestrian interaction or collision, because a person may accidentally stray into the operation zone of the forklift or MHE. So, how does it work? Okay, the detection sensor will detect any persons who is wearing a reflective high visibility vest or any items tagged with reflective tape. When the person strays or walks into the sensor detection zone, the detection system will alert both the operator and pedestrian via an audible tone. Right, to understand more how it can be applied and how it works on the ground, let's take a look at a video.
Introducing Scene Safety's Iris 860 pedestrian detection sensor. The sensor detects reflective tape on high-vis safety gear, transforming it into part of an active detection system. Both the driver and the pedestrian are warned if they get too close to the machine. To avoid over-detection, Iris 860 sensors target critical risk zones only. Each sensor has a 45 by 60 degree detection zone, and the detection range can be preset anywhere up to 8 meters. If required, multiple sensors can be used to expand the detection area. A pre-alert can be added to indicate the critical risk zone is getting close. Scene sensors can be used on all types of mobile equipment. A cab box is used for enclosed cab machines and can connect up to 4 sensors. To avoid irrelevant detections, the sensor can be set to alert only while the machine is in reverse. Any object can be tagged for detection with reflective tape. Scene's unique sensor technology offers reliable detection in all weather and lighting conditions. Installation is plug-and-play and can be done by an auto-electrician. The detection settings are easily changed using Scene's free app. The accessory port can activate third-party systems like cameras, data loggers and external alerts. Scene Iris 860. A simple, effective, and affordable pedestrian detection solution for your mobile equipment. For more information and to arrange a trial, please contact us today.
All right, next, let's take a look how is it being actually implemented on the ground. Okay, to suit our operating environment and context, okay, we have installed the scene safety detector at the rear of the forklift. Okay, for the front part and the sides, the operator can see any persons that may be wandering around the operation area. But for the back or the rear of the forklift, it is very not easy for the operator to be consistently or continuously look at the back to watch out for anybody that may stray into the operation area. Therefore, we have mounted it at the rear of the forklift itself. And we have calibrated, okay, the pre-alert tone at in between 2 to 4 meters, which will give out intermediate tone, ting, 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 okay, to warn the operator and any pedestrians that may be nearby. And a critical continuous alert tone is calibrated 2 meters or less, which will continue to be ding. Then the operator has to immediately stop and check, see whether there's anybody that's accidentally gone into the operational area. And one thing to note is that we did not activate that means calibrate it to the reverse only operation. That means at all times, whenever the forklift is switched on, the sensor will work, whether is it stationary, moving or turning or reversing. This is to maximize the detection for anybody that may go into the operation zone. Next, let's take a look at the enhancement of reach truck safety when reaching high-racking operations. For this portion, we have installed a monitor screen and camera with laser indicator line. The aim is to minimize the possibility of falling freights or property damage due to limited vision when the operator is placing the fork into the pallet that is located at high racking levels. This is also to ergonomic relieve the operator's neck and back for a safe and efficient process. So how is it being used? The reach truck operator can view the monitor screen when they are placing or retrieving palletized goods that are located on high racking, instead of just purely relying on their eyesight and judgment from afar. The reach truck operator will also have a clear vision of the fork placement area. Later, we will have photos to show you in detail with the aid of the camera and laser indicator line. All right, let's take a look at the setup and the components. It is very simple. The camera with the laser line, indicator line, is mounted in between the two forks and at the fork level. This is powered by the rechargeable battery. And this rechargeable battery can be actually disengaged and charged by normal power point plug and via adapter. As for the monitor screen, it will be mounted in the operator cabin in front of the reach truck operator. And this itself is powered by the reach truck battery system. Okay, so this next picture will show us actually how the green laser line can assist the reach truck operator for positioning of the fork. Even at low level, you can notice that the green laser line indicator is calibrated at the same level as the fork. So whether is it near to the pallet or away from pallet, the operator will be able to judge and give more confidence that he has already positioned the fork at the correct level. This is another view taken off from the monitor screen itself. You can see that this is actually at the level 6 tier, okay, at the high racking level. With conventional means and eyesight, we will not be able to achieve such a view when the operator is sitting right below while the fork is at the level 6 tier. So this improvement will help the operator to reduce neck strain and back strain when doing long operations, especially rigging on the high level tier. Okay, so let's look at two implementations. The before video, you will notice that throughout the operation, the reach truck operator has to consistently look at the fork even when they are setting the initial positioning. As for the second one, later we will go through. For the after the device is being implemented, the first portion of the process, the operator can rely on the video screen for accurate placement instead of just relying on pure eyesight alone. Let's take a look. Additionally, the operator has to look at the fork throughout the process, especially during the initial part whereby he has to rely on his own judgment and eyesight to correctly estimate where the position of the fork will be, right at the bottom of the rack. All right, let's look at the second video where the operator can use the monitor screen and the laser indicator line and the camera to aid the positioning of the fork. Let's take a look. After the fork has reached the correct position, the operator will proceed slowly towards the pallet and insert the fork into position to retrieve the palletized goods from the high tier racking. All right, that is for the second innovation that we have implemented on the ground. Third one, we'll be looking at the semi-automating of return kits sorting and disposal process. All right, we have come up with this customized powered bin lifter and conveyor belt system to help to semi-automate this process. The aim is to use substitution control to eliminate potential green bin stopping, trip and fall hazards, ergonomic hazards, and minimize redundant manual works. It will also increase productivity and reduce manpower for the process of sorting return kits and the disposal. So how is it being used? The staff will first push a loaded bin into the hydraulic flipping equipment. Then he will operate the equipment to unload the return kits onto a conveyor belt. After that, the staff will remove certain items and keep them aside for recycling purposes or for controlled disposal process, such as helmets. The unwanted items will then be automatically transferred and dropped onto the kit bin via the conveyor belt system. Okay, to give us a better understanding how the transition, let's look at, before we have this equipment, how is it being done manually, this laborious process. All right, our colleague will have to push the loaded bin into position next to the skip bin itself. After that, he will open up the green bin and start to sort out item by item and place the unwanted items into the skip bin itself. As for those that need to be disposed in a controlled manner, he has to put it in the designated cage for further treatment. And items that can be recycled, such as mess tins, aluminum bars from the fuel pack, he will have to put it into other designated areas or packings. So this process will be repeated throughout until he finishes all the items in the green bin. So this is very repetitive, and he is prone to ergonomics, stress, and as well as trip and fall hazards as he has moved in and out of the skip bin itself. Therefore, we have come up with this customized hydraulic bin flipping and lifting conveyor belt system to semi-automate this process. On the left, you can look at it, there is the hydraulic bin flipping equipment. All right. On the right is the mobile hydraulic vertical lifting conveyor system. This system on the right-hand side is mobile, and it can be pushed manually to move the conveyor belt so that the items can be dropped effectively and efficiently into the entire skip bin, instead of just dropping at one location where it will cause an overflow of items. All right, let's take a look at the video after the implementation, how it has improved, okay, the hazards and risks, and also improved the productivity by this one-man operation. Let's take a look. All right, our colleague will push the loaded bin into position into the hydraulic flipping system. After that, he will operate the control to unload all the return kits onto the conveyor belt. The flat belt conveyor system can be paused by the operator if he needs more time to sort out the equipment. So this will be the sorting area for our colleague. And we can set up all the cages nearby him so that he can save more time and be more efficient at his work. After the desired items have been taken out and sorted properly, he will set the belt to be in motion again and let all these unwanted items to be automatically transferred and dropped inside the skip bin. And not to forget, while this is being done, he can concurrently continue to do his sorting process for the other items, making this process more efficient and more effective. All right, as I mentioned earlier, so when it's overfilled at one area, we can actually shift the conveyor belt manually so that we can drop it at different areas in the skip bin itself. All right, everyone, that's all I have for my sharing today. Is there any questions from the floor on these three areas? If not, thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yutik. For the next segment, can I invite Mr. Lionel Ho, representing Joanne Rich Lift Truck Singapore Private Limited. Mr. Ho, please.
Very good morning, everyone. Basically, I've been with Yong Rich for 2 years, but I know a lot of you probably haven't seen me before, because I was actually handling the East and Central account, and recently I've taken over the West account as well. So I really look forward to working with you guys more on the MH East. Okay. So before I start, I really want to thank the organizers for inviting us today, because it's really an honor to be here to share with you guys what are some of the product features that we have and all. Okay, hang on. Okay, so yeah, as I was mentioning, that it's really an honor, especially facing people face to face after 2 years. At least today I don't have to start off with, can you hear me or can you see my screen? I'm sure everybody of you can see. Okay, so today I'm going to start. I'm going to actually share with you some of the innovative ways that we have to enhance safety on our equipment. So it's going to be broken down into 2 different segments. Firstly, before operations and during operations. What are some of the things that to take note of, and what are some of the safety innovations that we have? So before operation, this is actually a very important portion which a lot of people miss out on. A lot of people thought that safety comes when you're operating the equipment. But safety actually starts even before, because if you can't ensure that the equipment is safe, how are you going to operate in a safe manner? Okay, so some of the checks that we always educate our clients to check on is, firstly, ensure the forklifts are clean, all the equipments are clean. Because when it's dirty, right, you can never see oil leaks, you can never see any cracks or any hazardous parts of the equipment that is damaged, okay? And of course, we check for physical damage to the equipment, because all these sharp edges, it might cause injury to the operators as well. And of course, checking for oil stains on the ground. This will actually indicate if the equipment is faulty. And next, of course, worn-out components, worn-out tires. We definitely wouldn't want to operate equipments with worn-out tires, worn-out seat belts, or even worn-out seats. So there's so many of such physical checks, but how do we actually ensure that operators do this? I'm sure most of you drive today, and how many of us actually check the car before we actually drive off? We don't. So one of the equipment that I think you guys will find very familiar, because this is installed on your trucks as well. It's called the Fleet Management System, Smart Track. So basically, a lot of us use this to actually monitor the truck's usage, to look at KPIs, how efficient the truck is. But what a lot of us don't realize is the safety features that come with this. Because if you look at the equipment itself, firstly, with this thing installed, what we ensure is controlled access to the equipment. Because operators need to tap a card, and only authorized users can operate the equipment. So that's the first thing. You ensure that only trained operators can use the truck. Okay, the second thing is pre-operation checklist, which what I was sharing with you about. And it's customizable. You can, there's questions like, is the operator feeling well? Have they done a physical check on the truck and all? And this can be customized in multiple language. And you can actually even set what are the questions you want to ask before the operator actually starts to use the equipment. Okay? And some of the other features are also live email alerts. So when there's an impact, or if the equipment is traveling too fast, an email will be sent to the supervisors or the managers to alert them as well. And of course, one of the important functions is also whenever the truck is faulty, supervisors or the managers can actually lock the truck to prevent anybody from using it. Okay, so this is one of the important features. And yes, safety always comes first. So next is during operations. I'm sure this is where most of the accidents happen, and this is what we want to try to avoid as well. So some of the hazards they will always encounter is pedestrians standing too near to the equipment, or even blind spots between the aisles and the main passage. And of course, operator blind spot, and as what was shared earlier, placing good on high racking. So how do we actually counter all this? Okay, firstly, we do have the danger zone light. So with all these lightings, right, it actually indicates which areas pedestrians shouldn't be coming too close on. So this actually serves as a reminder for them as well. With all these lights, pedestrians would avoid, and we would reduce accidents happening. Okay, and floor spotlight. This is something that we use as well. This would actually help to eliminate the dangers of blind spot, because as the forklift is traveling, or when you're traveling out of the aisles, you are able to see the light if a MHE is actually approaching. So this is what we can use to avoid that as well. And of course, to eliminate blind spots, we have panoramic mirrors, and also we have a 360 surround view camera. So you can see from the pictures, it actually gives the operator an overview of what is around them, so that they can actually operate safely and can see their surroundings. Okay? And yes, this part was actually shared earlier, which are our fog cameras and also the laser. This is to help all the operators, when you are dealing with high racking, you are able to see using this and operate in a safer manner. Okay, so with that, actually I've come to the end of the sharing. So is there any questions or? Okay.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you hear something? Kuru, 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 kuru. Ah, I think it's from my stomach. Yeah, so yes, the next one is a tea break, but first I have some admin instruction. Wait, Okay, for this year's tea break, it's very special, okay? As you all know, when tea breaks are there, you have plastics put inside this food are put inside these plastic containers. But this year, we are doing it very special. Later, when you proceed out, you have your tea breaks already packed nicely in your this reusable lunch box. Right? This marks the start of our STL sustainability journey. Okay? This one, the material is actually a microwavable wheat straw. Okay? So a little bit of a history for this is that this one is leftover stock from wheat grain once harvested. So normally the farmers are back in a traditional way, they will burn it. You imagine this one, you burn it, then you create air pollution and even some health hazards. Okay? So with advancement in technology, we are able to recycle and become this one eco-friendly lunchbox. Right? So after your tea break, you can bring it because this is your goodie, your dog gift. Wash it, and you can continue to use it. Right? And also, not forgetting my slides, please. For all my STL colleagues, okay, you will be receiving your lunch boxes as well, thanks to our management. Okay, it is now seated inside our warehouse, ready to be dispersed. Okay, we will make the arrangement. Our sustainability committee, which is our safety reps, with double hats, okay, will be arranging for the distribution. Right. Next, I know you are hungry. Another special initiative is that we don't provide any more, press-on coffee, tea, where you use styrofoam cups, paper cups. Okay. So this year you'll be provided with a Nescafe or green tea. They're all canned drinks. So outside there is this metal bin. Once you all consume, okay, drop this consumed canned drinks into the metal bins for us to recycle. Thank you very much. You may proceed to your tea break. Thank you. The food is inside. The food is inside. Mic test, mic test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoy your tea break and also the goodies, right? So without further ado, let me invite Mr. Chew Kok Po, our executive from healthcare. Mr. Chew, please.
Morning, everybody. Today, we will talk about the topic. We've got 3 topics. Okay, we'll talk about inbound and outbound automation. Also about pallet changing inverter machine and a trailer restrainer. Let's talk about inbound and outbound using MHE machinery. In the past, we have VNA, which is need to go inside the house, but for this, using automation to minimize the need of human being to go inside the house. Also, we reduce net manpower for using to reduce manpower for using machinery. This is the inbound, which is an operator putting item inside the profile checker. And it's taken over by the AGV. The AGV will take the items to put the designated location, which we don't need to worry for human beings to worry where we need to put the items. And for the VNA, you also don't need an operator to drive the VNA. It's all controlled by the machine. After that, for the outbound, the machine will take out the thing accuracy to take out the items and put at a designated area. Operator will take over, which this will be more accurate for items taking out and also putting in. As for the second one, healthcare required to have maintains a good for using plastic pallet. So when supplier deliver, most of the time is using wooden pallet, and we also need human to carry the items. For one box and one box to change, it takes time consumes and also waste of stretch film. But with this, using the pallet inverter machine, you will save the time and also save stretch film. Also save the safety for human to be injured by the back. This is a video. We only need one operator to operate this thing, which will only maybe take about 5 minutes to change out the pallet. This pallet inverter machine also have a safety button, which won't allow anybody, if let's say a human being want to rush in, the machine will totally stop with a sensor. You will change the pallets to green pallet for bringing in the items. This machine can take about 1,000 kg. Another machine is the Bosnia clamp demonstration, which is for this machine, we can do at any place to change out all the pallet. You will clamp the items and change for output. Change and to put inside another pallet, which is a supplier pallet for issuing, which will also save us a lot of time. And humans are operating this thing. As for the third one, the trailer restrainer, which at most of the time, all the trailer is parked and we're putting wheel choke. As when wheel choke are put, maybe when forklift driver going inside the container, if let's say trailer want to move out, the forklift driver didn't notice it. This is a very dangerous thing. But with this restrainer, you will lock the restrainer. The restrainer will be locked the container. So it's a safe manner and secure item. When the thing is locked, the thing will change to green light. Then forklift driver can go inside to unload everything. If let's say the forklift driver is unloading halfway, container driver come and just take out the wheel choke, but to drive off, but the restrainer will help to stop this type of accident happening, which is also quite safe. Another thing, good thing is that if let's say this is an expensive container, which you park overnight, this restrainer also can help to secure the thing for driver to take to load it and drive off. That's it. Thank you. Do I have any question?
Thank you, Popo. So for the final speaker of our event, let me invite Mr. Louis To from Singfuli Company. Mr. To, please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Louis. Today I represent my company, SFL Builders, and to have a chat with everyone about what we do as a company and choose the innovation to share with everyone. A little about myself. Many have not met here. Been trained in marketing at Ngee Ann Poly. After Army, I schooled in University of Western Australia. I have triple majors, investment finance, economics, and economic history. Prior to my role today, I've been a debt collector, both in Singapore and Australia. Held a job as kitchen hand, a baker, barista, pizza delivery, newspaper boy, postman, a stock taker, and my last role before coming home, I was a trader at a stockbroking company, trading the Australian stock market. The last 10 years since coming home, I've been a husband, father, manager, and working ground up in my dad's company. I'm now a director. My job now ensures that all my staff mentality and efforts are heading in the right direction and ensure everyone makes a good living and is safe. About my company, I have to press something, right? Yeah, okay. That's what I'm going to do. This is my introduction, yeah. My company is an event logistic company. We provide meaningful, cost-effective products according to our clients' needs. Some of the products we cater range from marquee furniture, staging, air conditioning, mobile generators, to small items like a fire extinguisher. As a company, we seek to continue thriving as an event logistics provider through our portfolio of real estate investments, constant efforts to refine our operation flow, invest in meaningful innovation, and enhance our network of suppliers and clients to achieve a competitive edge for the company. And our network of suppliers has not been so tested till we met COVID that they gave us all the support they could. Okay. And to congratulate everyone again for surviving COVID, to be here. And it's good to see everyone well and healthy returning to the workforce. We can pat our backs having survived several variants of the coronavirus. Through playing our part in our government's measures and to curb the virus, we seek meaningful ways to continue our functions in society through innovation and grit. A little bit about COVID, just to share with us from my perspective. I put it into 3 years. In 2020, no one knows what to expect. We only see the tip of the iceberg. I had 30 packs to start the year, and I'm left with 15 today. I still remember my Myanmar foreman, just to give some credit to my staff, who set up a little guard post in Changi in 2020, starting of the year, after which he happily left Singapore for Myanmar for holidays. I still remember him telling me, having not been home for 3 years, he has missed watching his son say his first word, took his first step, and other milestones in his son's life. So we give some credit to our foreign workers who helped us. And in February, it was the last I saw of him. And in 2021, we know that there was the Myanmar military coup. So yeah, it's pretty much difficult for him to come back. And he was the guy who took on the SCDF ops when we first started with them, and the initial trying years. Yes. No, mine is pretty simple. It's all me. Okay, all right. By March 2020, we started to get a glimpse of what is to come when our dormitory ops started to intensify. That's definitely one of my most trying time of my life. I had 60% of my staff quarantined in dormitories, and we had to continue our support to all our clients. Everyone in Singapore knew something had to be done to manage COVID, just not sure how. The worst came when even my existing 40% had to stop, when BCS stopped all construction workers from working. I had tens of generators to refuel every day, and I was left with one staff, a Singaporean 50-year-old, and my dad, who was in his 60s. So it was daunting, to say the least, with so many things deployed, tens of generators, and we know that everyone relied on them to work. And I have one guy, so we were like waiting for expecting the unexpected. 2021, things simmered down. The world sort of have an idea to know how to manage the virus, but still unsure the best way forward. There was a myriad of effort to spur our vaccination rates in Singapore and acceptance of transition from pandemic to endemic. We had to tackle non-mask wearing rebels and cope with lengthy and sometimes complex social restriction measures. Different industries try all means and ways to survive and to find their footing, and some took chance to close shop for good, unfortunately. Some took the advantage of cheap liquidity and expanded vigorously. We struggled with competition from the construction sector, trying to poach our worker. As we know, 2020 caused many delays in HDB units supplies, and many had to wait longer for their flats to be ready. We had to implement wage increase twice in 2020. And during circuit breaker itself, I had to pay double because, just to give some background, the staff were feeling like some of the staff were safe in the dormitory. They don't have to work, but they were paid. But the guys who were shoulder to shoulder with me, they were paid the same, but we have to go to the dorms. So I somehow have to compensate them in a way. So 2022, today we are still facing challenges from the construction sector poaching our workers. They have permanently damaged the wage structure in the market. As a result of them luring workers with more than 50% pay. Foreign workers today expect that kind of remuneration to start work, which is unfortunate, but we have to adjust. So all this adds to the inflation woes that the world is facing today. Most of our applications for our retaining workers pretty much all failed last year. So like my highest was 13 rejections to bring a worker home last year. So this year they are starting to let the men come back. But it seems that part of the world has already put COVID behind them, creating other headlines as we know today. So, however, this virus allowed us time and space to relook and rethink our strategies. Our existing understanding of previous management concepts are greatly challenged. Today, we can no longer rely on physical contact to facilitate information and financial exchange. If any individual or organization relied solely on fiat money and physical meetings, they would have found it impossible to function properly and effectively. In our line of service, we find ourselves frequently not at our desk. We are either attending a site visit with our clients or in the midst of production. So how do I manage and my company manage to continue to fulfill the expectations and our customers' customers? We find ourselves in an environment where everyone needs to be able to see and understand the big picture. Long gone are the days where a few supervisors and managers does all the planning and deployment of resources. In today's world, especially in a developed country like us, every stakeholder must share and understand the standards and requirements of a modern workforce. Trade-specific courses such as safety management, work at height, lifting courses, just to name a few, a myriad web of courses help to spur a big growth in schools offering these courses to aid our nation's endless pursuit of a modern workforce. I find many foreign workers, my staff, question the need of such a complex structure of liability. Like, you have to wear the blue cap, you have the white cap, everybody has so many caps just to do one job. But in effect, I explained to them, in such a system, in essence, it seeks to inculcate a culture whereby work-safe concept do not only lay on the shoulders of our supervisors and managers, but rather every hand on deck. It is because of this background which led me to rethink the way and my company operate. Today, a sinfully staff is no longer restricted to a narrow set of job scope. Instead, we seek to empower and inculcate understanding of the big picture at work. Today, they can be performing the most basic tasks such as maintaining equipment. Tomorrow, he could be planning and finding ways to cope with the deployment of the biggest event he has handled. This major shift in management mindset has allowed members of my company to unleash a great wave of innovative ideas in our day-to-day operations. I view innovation not just with hardware and software, but the way we change the way we view our perspective and the mindset of everyone. To summarize it, I like to use the term, like the poet needs the pain. When the poet gets the pain, he can write well. So instead of complaining why your lead is doing certain things, why not you try it yourself? A sinfully staff does not have an official title of supervisor or manager. They do not need someone to be fired before his career can progress. They are instead viewed as unique individual or event specialists. They will have the opportunity to take lead in a project. So they cannot complain that, oh, I'm doing the mundane stuff, so no longer. When one member takes lead of the project, the rest of the members will do everything they can to support the team lead and share their experiences. The result is a workforce where every member develops unique leadership qualities with unique leadership qualities with the support of their peers. Such unique leadership skills allow the company to shed a different light on the way we operate because everyone leads in a different way. There's no one correct way to do it. So through different guys leading in a different way, in his own style and sequence, we do look at things differently, which allows us to open our eyes to how things can be done. So we're no longer rigid or have any resentment, because everyone have a chance to show to everyone how they can go about doing it. Same task, but different style. Such is the way we operate today, an environment whereby useful and new innovations will be looked at and invested to continue our endless pursuit to perfect our craft. So it doesn't matter you are first to lead, but you have a new idea, you see something you can improve, we will fabricate, we will invest. So we will put our hands behind their back to support them. So we do not put anyone down. So every member of my company is expected to engage clients, to be able to give meaningful inputs and insights to our operations and manage clients' expectation at the first point of contact, which we understand sometimes at the first instance, we maintain and manage the expectation easier for everyone. Because sometimes by the time I get into the picture or our event specs advice, it might be they're already unhappy. So what is the result is that I have lower employee turnover because I can remunerate them as I see them perform. So they have no complaints about being suppressed or things like that. With a good grasp of execution, planning, and project experience, We hope to create a dynamic work environment which enables every member to synergize our creative efforts towards better productivity and a rewarding career at our company. Immediate result is lower turnover, which in turn benefits our clients greatly. That's because nothing beats a reliable and familiar face to work with, especially in our line, in a new project. Clients do not need to explain from scratch their work expectations, and they can draw insights with each other from previous common experiences at different projects. So now, okay, enough of me. I'm going to show the video. How do I activate the video? The next one, is it? Okay. Before I start the video, my company has been using Daniel generators for close to 4 decades, and their reliability and efficiency has been undoubtedly the best. One of our relationship highlights with Daniel came in 2016 when the son of Daniel founder, Yasuaki Kuboyama, came to our warehouse and thanked us for the years of support. In 2018, to celebrate the 70 years of anniversary of Daniel unveiled Daniel Museum to showcase the evolution of the company itself since 1948. This was when I was introduced to Mr. Le, who is now the head of Daniel Singapore Engineering Department. He is the person who will eventually be the man behind this smart power system. After sharing our experiences working with Daniel generators and Mr. Le, he shared with us that he's working on something exciting which will change the way we can operate our fleet of generators. We were pretty excited about it, and we waited patiently for the new product to be launched. On the day itself, it took me just 1 hour to decide. This is the future of generator management. So we invested in our first 150 kVA in 2018 with smart power capabilities, and we are only one of 3 companies in Singapore who invested in the system, and the only market company who invested in it. And this 150 kVA smart generators first deployment was to be at one of Singapore's most important conference events in Shangri-La Hotel, where access to our generators is strictly limited for security reasons. We benefited greatly from the system being able to monitor the performance of the unit, as well as knowing when we need to refuel the unit and to advise through the event specs to our customers when we need to access them. So yeah, the video.
Yesterday, you had multiple generators on site, and all were expected to be at peak performance for your operation. Your team had to manually start and stop the generators, run tests and write reports. Facing a tight schedule and wanting to avoid paying a high penalty fine, your team was unable to run a pre-troubleshooting. Unluckily, a generator malfunctioned. Your technician had to manually assess the situation and fix the issue. The result? Your generator was down for a few hours or even more. Your technician wrote a report and had to manually submit it for reporting purposes, and then filed it away. Checking that service report would require digging it out of storage. What if we told you you can do things differently? What if we told you that you can be in command and control today? Imagine this, accomplishing everything you did yesterday in shorter time, with less manpower and less cost, but with increased productivity, with just one click. Introducing the Daniel Remote Monitoring app. The app is designed to increase your efficiency and lower costs. All that you need is at your fingertips. The app provides a single map view of all generator units, allowing for better control planning for service activities, transport arrangement, and other project tasks. Here you see a comprehensive calendar that shows an overview of the entire operation. The blue dot signals a service operation. Red is for when your generator has tripped, yellow is for warning, and grey is for any created event. Now you can easily keep track of what is happening at any time throughout your operation. With only a single click, you can now remotely start and stop your generator. There is also an added safety feature that disables the remote function during servicing time. There will be an automatic engine shutoff when the genset doors are opened. This is to ensure the utmost safety standards. Wherever you are, you can now monitor the performance of your generator. Full reports can be easily downloaded with a single click. No more paperwork, no more human inaccuracy for all data, including service reports. And all data is stored in a secure database. Pre-troubleshooting is now effortless with remote monitoring. From the comfort of your own office, you can easily run troubleshooting checks and address any issues quickly and more efficiently. Miscommunication is now a thing of the past. Connect directly to all staff members. With the internal message functions, you can contact any department using a unique hashtag and assign a specific job assignment with no hassle. When your generator requires servicing, simply click Create New Servicing and take a photo using the camera photo function and save it. The data will be saved immediately to the cloud and a service appointment will be made. With the live notification function, the operator is notified immediately through the app. The site supervisor can then swiftly assign the job to the relevant team member. This leads to shorter generator downtime and a more seamless workflow. So forget what you did yesterday. Download the Daniel app and have your entire operation at your fingertips. Command and conquer from wherever you are. Join Daniel in the future of smart power technology today. Available in Google Play Store.
Here and during the time when the founder's son was here. So when in 2020, when COVID hit Singapore, this concept of smart power further emphasized the need for my company to continue investing in this area. Daniel at this point would only implement the system on brand new generators. So it will take some time before my company can fully replace my fleet, but I'm sure eventually I'll get there. So to give a bit more context and relevance to this, when I was alone, I wished I knew what my generators were working. Some operations were running air conditioning, so they will really pull a lot of power from the generators. And being alone, and legally I can only deliver a small quantities of diesel at a point in one trip. So with tens of generators, where should I go? And our operations were in Gao, Penjuru, is all over the place. Which one should I go to? I could only try my luck based on the ops, what I set up, and I guess where should I go first? Because I only had one, which we bought, and it was in I can't remember. I think it's Tengah Lodge, which was housing I think 150 packs. So that was the only one that I knew, and if I had this, I could have prioritized. So today, when we bought it, we never thought about a COVID situation. But you think that, oh, I have 8 drivers, why do I have to worry? I just send them to look all over the place. But what if they're all locked up? All cannot come home. I'm left with me, and I'm a Singaporean. How can I manage this? So I think I have no choice. I think we have to push for such innovations. So I've come to my end. So I can welcome any questions if you have.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you. We are nearing the end, right? So have your patience. May we invite CEO Mr. Fan to give out the token of appreciation to our 4 speakers. Mr. Fan, please. Not in order of merit. Mr. Teo Yu Teck, Defense Manager. We have Mr. Lionel Ho, Johan Rich, Lift Truck Singapore Private Limited.
Thank you for your sharing. Thank you very much. hope we never owe you money.
No. You're a different person.
You say that you never met all of us. I thought all of us running away from you.
Mr. Chew Kok Po, Executive Operations, Healthcare.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Final, Mr. Louis To, Sing Fu Li Company.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, very touching story. Okay, thanks. Louis.
Thank you, Mr. Fan.
Okay, thank you.
This time around, we are really nearing the end. I'm not too sure how many of you observe our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee, whenever he gives a speech, he drinks a sip of water, he changes his language, right? I got the water. I'm going to drink, okay? And for the entire show event, you'll never see my face, yeah. Yes. Oh. Can later. Yeah. 台上3分钟，台下10年功。Okay. If I were to translate, 3 minutes of on stage, okay, 10 years off stage. All right. So this event, without the unsung heroes and heroines, we are not able to make it this event happen. All right. Yeah, a special thanks to all the working committee, Mr. Fan, Joseph, and all the safety reps, and as well as the strategic communications ladies. Right. May we invite Mr. Loga to have a quick speech? Thank you.
How many minutes you give me?
20 minutes.
Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. My apologies, I couldn't make it early morning because we had a call to the Australian side, so my apologies. But from what I hear from Fan and the rest of them, it was a good session. Just 4 speakers, and thanks to the external speakers, I managed to listen to sinfully. Didn't get a chance to listen to Yong Hari's side, but really it's about sharing, and then that's important because we can never assume that we know everything internally, right? And to weave innovation into safety, that's quite innovative by itself, right? Today the company talks a lot about innovation. Safety, of course, is always a priority. We always start with safety in mind in everything that we do, right? That's important because everybody who comes to work must go home safely. That's fundamental. There is no compromise. There's no 2 ways about it. Nobody would want, if you look at the situation in Ukraine, unnecessary lives are lost, and when you pause and think about it, that of course is in a war situation, but normal days, just coming to work and going back, that's fundamental. I think nobody would like to work in a company that's not safe. So that's given. To weave innovation into it, I think it's quite good because if you put innovation into every aspect of our daily lives, in everything that we do, I think the outcomes are different, and it's shown in what Sinfully has briefed the company has done, right? I mean, in difficult circumstances, in the COVID situation, when you don't have the people, how do you think out of the box and change the way we do things? That's so important, right? So those are, I think, important lessons for us, everybody, and I hope you had a really fruitful session. So thanks. If you all have events, you can invite us, then Joseph will go and share, right? And in our case, we also nowadays do 2-in-1. I mean, the coffee has gone into 3-in-1, but we still 2-in-1. So Joseph does business excellence, and we recently added part of it to look at innovation as well, sustainability as well. So today when they have the event, they try to think out of the box and say, okay,
the food you give you is also a biodegradable type of container. So I think it makes sense to add more job into people. You know? So thanks, really appreciate. I hope you had a fruitful morning. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Right. Thank you everyone for your this time spent with us for the 2-3 hours here. Okay. Hope everyone continue to stay safe and also a great weekend ahead. Ziwa here signing off. Thank you.